Manchester United 3, Tottenham 2. Ronaldo's hat-trick seals the win for Manchester United. Only his second hat-trick ever. Was his 59 in his career? Only 2 of them came from Manchester United, which is quite surprising in itself. But that's the sort of performance we've been waiting for from Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't it? He's come in, he's got a few goals, he's won a few Champions League games, but in the league, that's the sort of thing we thought we were getting when we bought him or when we got him this summer. How good was that performance from Ronaldo?
He needed that performance, didn't he? You know, he's been getting so much stick. Everyone's saying he's the problem. Him getting a hat-trick today will do him a world of good. Yeah. And it'll lift the whole team as well. Like, his XG was, 0.85, and getting a hat-trick kind of shows how good a performance it was from him, doesn't it?
Yeah. What do you make?
You know what it was? Ronaldo was due a performance like that. I feel like we always knew it was probably coming at some point. We just didn't know when, because he's not at the best time of it recently in his general play. But one thing he's always got is that it's his goal scoring threat, and one thing I was gonna say it's not underrated, because I think a lot of people know this about Ronaldo, but he has got a clutch gene. He's very clutch. He is prone to popping up when you do need him most. So if you need a goal, that's why a lot of the times when we've been saying he's 37, he's been playing 90 minutes, and we've had to rely on him, is because even at his age, he's still the biggest goal threat on the team by a long, long way, and that's. Quite often we find ourselves in situations, because we concede 2 goals every game, we concede one goal every game, we're not keeping clean sheets, that we need more than 1 goal to win games. If we don't have Ronaldo on the pitch, we're not doing too well either. So like, it's one of them where if he's not performing, we're not scoring goals. He's carrying a lot of weight and a lot of pressure, because we don't have a supporting striker that can really displace him anyway. But if I'm just talking about today in general, he was phenomenal. I thought it was well needed, and I enjoyed watching it. I can't believe that's just the second hat-trick he scored for United, actually.
It's a proper Ronaldo performance, wasn't it? One of them where it's just, he's having shots constantly, he's getting in behind. Like, even that one where he was basically by himself, he hits the ball across the race. It's just classic Ronaldo stuff where it's like, he gets the ball, he shoots, he gets the ball, he shoots. And I think one of the problems with him so far, I mean, obviously he has missed a few chances in recent weeks, but he's always been a high-volume player. He hits more shots than anyone else. He scores more goals than anyone else. He's not the most, what's the word? He's not the most clinical striker of all time, but he finds a way to have more shots than anyone else over and over and over again. And today it felt like we were seeing that Cristiano Ronaldo, where it's just he's just involved all the time. Well, give him the ball, he shoots. Give him the ball, he shoots. And it was brilliant from him today.
Well, 5 shots on target, 3 of them going in the back of the net is exactly what you want. Yeah. You know, obviously he's been shooting a lot recently, and it's just not worked out for him. He's, how many goals? What was that? 4 goals now in his last 10 games. Ronaldo's right. He was due that kind of performance. Yeah. It was exactly what we needed.
It was needed, especially because if we're looking at the course of the game and looking at it like a bit macro instead of just looking at his performance, we weren't that good today. Yeah. United.
Yeah.
For United, we rode our luck a little bit. Weren't exhilarating. I feel like we did our best to keep Tottenham in it. Yeah. It wasn't 100% a convincing performance. I thought Fred was phenomenal, but we still need to string together now like consecutive victories. We need to put Atletico to bed. I think Atletico is probably the most important game of the season, because I feel like we're in a lot of things that we're not in the FA Cup anymore. Obviously can't win a League Cup. Top 4 looks like a long shot at the moment. Champions League is the only thing that we're really fighting for completely anymore, so I'm more looking towards Tuesday, and hopefully we can carry the momentum in this game.
And let's stay on the positives, because we'll come to a couple of negatives in a minute. And IG Thu here with a super chat said, Fred is the reason we didn't lose, and Ronaldo is the reason we won. 9 out of 10 performance for both. I like that phrasing. I think Fred was exceptional today.
It's crazy to say. I actually think Fred was man of the match.
Yeah, I agree.
And another player in the team got a hat-trick. Yeah, we still think Fred was man of the match. I think a lot of his performances can go under the radar sometimes, but Fred was brilliant today. Yeah. And he kind of hit the midfield perfectly today, because I don't think Pogba was very good.
Funnily, and it wasn't just Fred. Usually when Fred's at his best, which is few and far between, or whatever, I think we all know everyone's opinion on Fred, but usually when Fred's at his best, it is dogged, hard-working, running around, chasing, tackling, being a nuisance, that kind of play, that kind of style. Today, he was doing what Pogba should have been doing. Yeah, he was getting the ball, winning it back, playing it out wide. He was going past people. He was putting crosses in. He was assisting, like flicking the ball around the corner. If you'd have swapped the body of Fred with Pogba, you would have completely believed that they were the other person today. Fred, as good as Fred was, Pogba was poor today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he really was.
Go on, Ronaldo, because you would.
I'm pro Pogba as he comes.
Of course.
I'm very much a Pogba guy. I think his quality. But today he was playing for them.
Yeah.
He was slow. He was ponderous. He just looked like his mind was elsewhere. He was taking 1, 2, 3 touches too many. Everything was breaking down on him. His passes were a bit sloppy. And every time he did pass, it was too late. He was talking about details. And I feel like he was getting out physical as well by Bentancur. I think Højbjerg and Bentancur running past him. They were nicking a ball off him.
Yeah.
His recovery was bad. His transitional play was bad. It just weren't a great game from today.
And it's like, it's almost as though Spurs saw the way Atletico dealt with Pogba. Because what Atletico did is sit off when Pogba gets the ball. 2 or 3 of you go after him at once. They sent multiple men at Pogba all the time. And like you said today, there was Højbjerg, there was Bentancur, both going after him whenever he got the ball. And we know with Paul Pogba, what he likes to do, he likes to receive the ball, take a touch, look up, push someone out the way, take another touch and pass it. That's in his mind. He likes to make a great pass and he likes to body someone as well if he can. But when there's 2, you can't body them both. And we just saw it today, the amount of times he lost the ball. Like, it was weird because I thought he's been excellent after he's come back from injury so far. Other than the Atletico game, I thought he's been excellent. But today, again, he was just too slow, wasn't he?
He was too slow. He was pondering on the ball, like Ronaldo said. But the problem is, once a team knows how to deal with Pogba, it effectively gets him out of the game. It eliminates him from he lost that midfield battle with Bentancur today. And like you just said, if you'd have swapped Pogba and Fred today, you wouldn't have even noticed because Fred was excellent. But Pogba just didn't look the same. It was effectively like Conte knew how effective Pogba can be, and he just put 2 people on him and said, deal with him. And they did it. Spurs midfield dealt with Pogba perfectly today. And unfortunately, his decision-making on the ball wasn't good enough today, and he lost the ball too much.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the 3rd goal from the corner came from Pogba nearly fucking up, to be fair.
A couple of people in the comments noticing that you've got a bit of a block nose into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
You're enjoying that little block nose you got. Because he ain't got his headphones on. He don't know he's doing it, you see. Pop your headphones on, and this problem solved.
I feel like that was giving me the headache. I didn't know whether it was.
Well,
oh, that was the word I was going for earlier.
People are saying snotters, Tony Soprano nose. They're having a go in the comments.
It was ambience. Ambience.
There's a bit of background noise.
Ambience.
That's what you look for in a good review. It's a bit of background snot. Let's talk about Maguire then, because obviously, Tellers gave the penalty away, but he's not 80 million. He didn't. He's not the captain of Manchester United. You sort of said it. It was almost a bit of like, who else?
Yeah.
He's going through such a shit time. He otherwise, I thought, had a decent game.
It's funny
today.
though. Maguire was decent in the
gets the
second
own
half.
goal. Yeah.
I felt like in the first half people just overblown it because he weren't awful. I did the old adage of he's like the old academic sibling in the family where he come home with their kind of homework report and it's a C- instead of an F, and then everyone praises him for it.
Yeah.
But I think in the second half it was actually pretty good. He was decent, and then just when you need him most,
that's the thing.
Doesn't
I
move his feet.
that was the only thing that he really did wrong. That was the only mistake he made. And obviously it's a goal, so it couldn't be a bigger mistake.
But that's the thing. You are right. It's who else? It obviously that had to happen to only Maguire.
I do feel a bit bad.
I feel because he didn't do bad today. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad. He did his job. But then a frigging own goal happened. It's like, who else could that have happened to? It was just, he can't seem to win at the minute, Maguire, and he needs to get himself out of this rut because his confidence is shot and his performances have been awful recently. Yeah. And that just kind of summed everything up.
It was the worst part about it. When he did that own goal and he went in, if you look at it, he looked like he was almost trying to have a moment at the hell. Like, why didn't you save that for me? I was like, what?
Save it, mate.
You could see in his face, he was like, here we go again. Like, why did that have to happen?
I know. And from a professional and footballing level, I do think he's not been good enough. I don't really see him coming back from this, to be honest, just because of how the fans are, how the general feeling around him is. I've never seen a United player come back from this and be a success. But from a personal level, I do feel a bit bad for him because he is going through shit at the minute. And like today, a bit of bad luck, the sort of thing that can happen, you're sticking your toe out to stop what would have been a tapping behind him as well. And you just think, oh, fucking hell, I hope for his sake he gets a bit of a break, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it? It's not going for
If he did leave that,
yeah,
that would have been a bigger mistake as a defender.
Definitely.
Because
he has to go for it.
He has to go
was
for
typing
it.
It in.
Like, he has to go for that.
Yeah,
so fair enough. It's just...
Get your feet sorted out.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Maguire, he says... Lil Yo says Maguire plays like a laxative. Harry Muck laxative. It's not muck.
Is that everything runs through him?
maybe everything was him. I get that, but it's not Muck. It's Mag. There's no. It's not Scottish. It's Maguire. It might be Scottish, but it's not Muck. We've got some Ronaldo mugs here if you want one. Head to paddockmerch.com. Viva Ronaldo. Check it out. Paddockmerch.com. Link in the comments. Or link in the description. Sorry. Hat-trick. Gotta get the thing in it. Yeah. I also do t-shirts, all sorts of good stuff on there as well. Of course, we've got a new Anthony Elanga shirt. Link is in the comments if you want to check out our merchandise. Got loads more good stuff coming on there soon as well. Let's talk a bit about Tottenham then, because if I'm not mistaken, I think they've lost 6 of their last 8 games.
Have a look. I was gonna say, do you think what does this do? Does this still mean top 4 is still on? Have we kind of helped Arsenal today? Are we? It's an interesting one because there's that glimmer of hope that Arsenal will still cock it up
Arsenal
some way, somehow.
The thing is though with the whole top 4 thing, whilst it's still achievable, we've still got to go for it, haven't we? So I still don't think
because they've still got 13 games left. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them where are we capable of getting majority points out of our remaining games? Hopefully. I was kind of banking on it all coming together for United at the latter end of the season, and all our poor kind of stints were towards the beginning, and then we kind of grew into the season. That hasn't quite materialised.
You'd hope
but
it could still
hopefully,
change, though.
Don't know whether it could.
Here's Tottenham's last 8 results, right? Yeah. Lost to United, beat Everton, lost to Middlesbrough, beat Leeds, lost to Burnley, lost to Tottenham, lost to Wolves.
They lost to Tottenham.
Lost to City, sorry. Oh no, they beat City. Lost to Southampton. So they've lost 6 out of their last 9. That is terrible, isn't it?
That's really.
I ain't got 6 hands on. I ain't got 6 fingers on one hand. I know I'm from Worksop, but I can't do it. Pop another one out. They've lost 6 of their last 9 games. Tottenham.
Yeah,
that is shit, isn't it?
That's Tottenham.
Let's be honest. That's bad. I know people are trying to say United have been poor. I know they have. We haven't lost 6 of our last 9 games.
No,
I mean, that is shit.
Tottenham will never get out of that. It's Spurs. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just don't see it. And even with Conte,
can we get the table? What's the table now looking like? I know we've played 4 more games now than Arsenal, which is the problem. Because I'm still holding out for top 4, just a glimmer.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm not giving up on it. I don't, we see that we're 2 points ahead of Arsenal. They've got 4 points ahead of us. 4 games in hand, sorry, so they can go still 10 points ahead.
They could lose all 4.
But they could lose all 4, but they won't. But the thing with Arsenal is they're in very good form at the minute. I think they've won 4 of their last 5, and the other one was a draw. So I
think their past 2 games have been shaky.
But that's not going to stay.
Their past 2 games have been shaky, I think.
Yeah,
they only beat Watford. Was it 3-2?
This is the thing.
And before that, it was a bit like an iffy game against Wolves when Wolves were 1-0 up with like 10 minutes left.
Well, Arsenal have got to play Leicester and Liverpool this week, so that's big. Like if they drop 4 points in those games, 6 points in probably not 6, but 4 or 5 points, then it's right back on then, isn't it?
It just depends what Arsenal turn
up. We have to play Arsenal as well, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends what Arsenal turn up, doesn't it? Because, they're still not consistency. Yeah, you've had the last 5 results for that have been good, but you still don't watch Arsenal and go, yeah, they'll win that game. Even when they play the likes of, Burnley, Newcastle, you still think they still might lose because you don't actually look at them and go, they'll win that because they've got that air of shakiness about them. Yeah. So I don't think it's like people are going, oh yeah, they've got 4 games in hand, they should get top 4. But I think Arsenal are Arsenal's biggest downfall. Yeah. Like they could monumentally mess up because they've got it in them. They've done it before.
Yeah.
So
definitely,
100%.
Arca with a super chat says, "Hello, as all you're told that Ronaldo." Wait, what? Hello, as all you are told Ronaldo need to go next year. First, remove your captain. I don't have any choice over who's the captain of Manchester United. I wish I did, but it's not up to me, I'm afraid. Griffey with the super chat says, I wish Maguire had punched Romero square in the jaw at the final whistle. I wouldn't even be upset about the suspension. Ronaldo is a golden god. Yeah, Ronaldo, let's just have a little bit more on Ronaldo. Yeah. Because he's been through the shit this season, hasn't he? And fair enough, some of it we've all criticised and we've all said he could do better. We've all said he's missed chances. But he is now officially the greatest goal scorer in the history of men's football. That is fucking amazing. Like when you talk about GOAT, whatever, I know you can look at Messi, I know, but in terms of the thing that wins football matches is scoring goals, he has done more of that than any professional man in the history of football. That is incredible, isn't it?
It's incredible.
What is it? 808 goals.
808 goals at that level. That's insane.
Yeah, no one has. Well, it's insane. No one's ever done it.
It's actually inarguable. Like that is say what you want about Ronaldo,
Yeah.
but you can't discredit that kind of greatness. It's impossible. It's literally right in front of you. And today, it's almost one of them you got to be like kind of. They've been said it anyway. You've been able to watch the likes of Ronaldo in his career, the likes of Messi. People kind of argue against them.
Yeah.
Just happy to be able to watch them both, and I'm glad that Ronaldo's played for us in 2 stints, because I remember watching a lot of when Ronaldo was in his prime. I like to say he was in his prime in 2008-ish when
he won a Ballon d'Or,
he
so
won
he
a
can't have
Ballon
been
d'Or.
far off.
Do you know what I mean? But for our club, I wasn't too asked about what he did against Real Madrid. I'm just gonna say that. But it's a great achievement from him, and I'm happy it came this way. I think it's only fitting he did it, scoring a hat-trick in a game where all 3 goals carry importance because it's a 3-2 win.
Mm-hmm.
And that last goal that he does score pretty much sums up Ronaldo, and that's desire.
He was hungrier for that ball.
He's hungrier
than
for it,
else.
and that was kind of different in terms of Sancho at the end when he kind of jumped out and he didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I think that's Ronaldo. He scores.
Yeah.
And that's important. Ronaldo does a lot of that. People say he's a tapping merchant. He's a bit of a poacher, but you got to be. There's a lot of actual ability that goes into scoring them kind of goals.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to be a tapping merchant? Well, it is not like the easiest job as a striker. It's the hardest job as a striker. If you're putting the ball in the back of the net, you are exceptional. If you're getting in those positions to do tapping after tapping after tapping, your movement is brilliant, your positioning is brilliant, like you said, your anticipation is brilliant. You don't think, like, the amount of balls that come over and the defender's in the way, someone's trying to tackle you, and he still gets it in time and time again. Being a tapping merchant, which he isn't, by the way, is so difficult to do. Like, it's unbelievable, isn't it, Ronaldo?
Yeah, it's
just those amount of goals.
He is the greatest ever.
You think?
I think he is. I mean, you can't score 808 goals in a career. It's like
you just can't. It's impossible.
You made the joke about Grant Holt before, Kevin Davis. Like, he scored more hat tricks than some of these strikers in the Premier League who scored goals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, these strikers getting 60, 70 goals in a career, it's good. Fair play to him. It's well more than I'll ever get. You play with me at Paddock, Ronaldo. I was shit at football. So, and he's scoring 808 professional goals. It's insane.
And the other thing with him as well is, not one of his goals has, as far as I'm aware, has ever come in anything other than a top flight. I think every single one of his goals has either been in the Portuguese top flight, the Spanish, the English, or the Italian top flight, or internationals, which I know you get the odd San Marino here and there, but he's not been stat padding in America or in the second division or wherever. These are professional goals, and they're all in top competitions. It's unbelievable.
You could even add to that as well, though. I'm pretty sure, was he not top goal scorer at one of the Euros?
Yeah, I think so.
It might have been the most recent one, actually.
I think he is the Euros record holder, isn't he?
That's what I mean. So
even
in tournament football, he's done the job. Like, you say about, international football, we all know.
The fact that he's even got a major trophy with Portugal, because they have never been in the top 5 best teams in the world.
No.
Since he's been playing for them. Maybe in 2006 or so they had a very good team. But even then, they've always been an underdog. Like, you look at some of the teams England have had down the years, and he's won a Euros with Portugal. Unbelievable. I think that's a good place to end it. Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest goal scorer in the history of football. Hat-trick today, beating Tottenham.
That's not even subjective.
No, not subjective. It is a fact.
It's done now.
He's the best goal scorer ever. And again, if you haven't checked it out already, head over to paddockmerch.com. Link is in the comments. Loads of Ronaldo stuff on there, loads of United stuff on there, a new Elanga shirt on there. If you haven't seen that, check it out. There's also discount codes for members, so check out paddockmerch.com. Thank you, Ronaldo, for joining me today. Thank you, Callum, as well, for coming in.
With my sniffly nose.
Thank you for joining us at home. Manchester United 3, Tottenham 2. The greatest of all time wins it for United. We'll see you in a bit.